they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
What is going on? Yeah. I just need to fix some fucking... The camera crashed apparently. Nah, 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 nah. Is the camera working now? Oh, it's OBS. Okay, I see. I'll have to manually add it back. It's not this one, it's this one, right? Yeah. Oh man, I'm so big. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for calling me big. Man, look at China, dude, huh? China's crazy. China is cool. I want to visit China. I would love to visit China. Love me some China. China. China's pretty cool. What are we watching?
From dance school somewhere in Argentina, line dance. I vote this 9 out of 10. Rodic and Gula, you people are saying some really offensive stuff, and frankly you should be ashamed. Shut it.
Alright. Shut up, dude. Hold on. What the fuck? That was weird. Oh, this bitch. I mean, I love this bitch. Now, what can we watch? Huh? We need something good. Usually YouTube just brings me the good shit all the time. But now it's kind of like...
This video is sponsored by Level 8 Luggage. Get 10% off using code NONSTOP10. Coming up today, we're back in China to take the brand new premium first class service on board the fastest train in the world. We'll be whisked over 1,300 kilometres in just 4.5 hours, so come along with me and let's check it all out together.
Nudie, you wanna
Welcome to
play
the Great
Overwatch
Wall
in
of
like an
China.
hour or so?
This section of the famed wonder of the world is just a 20-minute high-speed train ride from the Chinese capital. I've now visited twice,
That
and
is a
it's
really
an
great
amazing
wall,
experience.
though. Look
I'm
at
going
that
to head to
fucking
some new
goal,
sections
dude.
when I'm next in the area.
It really is a great wall, huh? Look at that, that's sick.
If you don't speak English, please turn on the closed caption subtitles
Shut up,
below,
bitch.
which are translated into 140 languages. You can also now change the audio track to 8 other languages, including Spanish, Italian, French, German, Japanese and Hindi. Okay, fast forward to the next day and we're at Beijing South Station to embark on this ultra high speed journey to Shanghai. This is the largest station in the Chinese capital with
Are you in,
24
Nudie?
platforms which opened in 2008. It currently handles over 1 million passengers across 500 train movements every single day. You can arrive by lines 4 or 14 of the Beijing Metro, but I got a very inexpensive taxi straight here as I was staying about as close to the railway station as I was to a metro station. Each entrance will filter you into a security checkpoint. As a foreigner using a passport as your ID, you'll usually need to use the manual verification line, which is at either end of the gate line. They will then verify your ticket, which is linked to your passport number. There are no physical tickets at all. There is then an airport-style bag X-ray and body metal detector check. Liquids are allowed, but some people report having aerosols confiscated here. However, I've never had a problem personally. Then you are through to the large main concourse, which has space for 10,000 passengers to wait at the same time.
Dude.
There are large departure boards, lots of seating and the boarding gates arranged near the edges on both sides of the concourse. The station is absolutely huge, covering over 320,000 square metres over 5 levels. There is also a centrally located information kiosk, but be prepared to use a translator app to converse here. Many shops and eateries are also spread around the edge of the station. These include familiar Western brands such as Subway and KFC. There are also lots of vending machines and toilets too. If you need new luggage for your travels this year, then get a great deal with Level 8.
Shut the fuck up!
I've now been using the stylish
Shut the fuck up!
stations can feel very confusing and absolute chaos. The large departure boards here have all information in Chinese and English, however some are only in Chinese. They always show the train number and departure time the same, so just follow this. Our train today is the G9 service to Shanghai Hongqiao, departing at 11 AM, boarding from gate 10. There are gates 10A and 10B. Which one you board from depends on your coach number, which are displayed above the boarding gate. I always queue up at the staffed lane, as I rarely got the passport readers on the automatic gate line to work, and you just hold the Chinese people up who simply tap their ID cards to board. Then just follow the crowds down the escalator to the platform. Lifts are also available for step-free access. Our ride down to Shanghai today will be on board this 4-class, 17-car Fuxing CR400 high-speed EMU, specifically the AF/BS version, which is the only model which features the premium first class which we'll be checking out today. These have a design speed of 400 km per hour, an in-service speed of 350 km per hour, and a power output of 19,200 kilowatts. They are currently the fastest regular service trains in the world.
It's
They
a
certainly
nice train,
look
I
the
guess.
part too. I absolutely love the aesthetics of these things. Before we board, let's check out today's southbound route from Beijing South to Shanghai Hongqiao. Boarding at all doors is level with the platform with just a very small gap to cross. My first impressions of this new premium first class is good. The seats look excellent. All are laid out in a 2+2 configuration across the wide coach. Luggage can be stored behind the last row of seats or on the large overhead racks. There are also luggage stacks in some vestibules. All seats rotate to face the direction of travel, and here is mine for today, a window seat. We'll be sure to check it out in more detail once we get going. Let's settle in as we'll be departing
Is first
shortly.
class on trains ever worth it? I don't think so.
We leave right on time at 11 AM. Chinese trains are very punctual, as much as or better than Japanese ones in my experience. Today's journey from Beijing South to Shanghai Hongqiao covers 1,318 kilometers, which will take us just 4 hours and 37 minutes to complete. Our maximum speed will be 350 kilometers per hour, and our average speed will be an astonishing 286 kilometers per hour, including stops.
Yeah,
The
that's
premium
crazy.
first class fare is 1,457 Chinese yuan per adult. This is the second highest of 4 classes of travel. On screen now are the prices of the others. We'll take a look at them all later on in the journey.
Like you get.
Children aged 11 and under get a 50% discount on all these prices. Once you've seen them all, be sure to leave me a comment to let me know which one you choose.
放置文图，放置抗伤。放置行李时，请注意确认行李架间的金属隔板，并确认放置文图。
Ladies and gentlemen, for the safety of you and others, please be not
The Chinese high-speed rail network still blows my mind every time I ride it. It's by far the largest in the world, and it's not even close. And none of this existed just 20 years ago. And today there is around 48,000 kilometers of high-speed track in China alone. To put that into context, the rest of the world combined has around 17,000 kilometers of high-speed track in total. The Chinese high-speed rail system now carries over 4 billion passengers annually, a figure which is steadily growing year on year. Shortly after we leave the Beijing suburbs, the complimentary service begins. Every passenger gets a choice of Coke, orange juice or water and a snack box.
Snack box?
You can also choose a tea or coffee, and an eye mask is provided. The snack box has a variety of sweet and savoury treats, including biscuits, crackers and some undisclosed type of meat sticks. This is the only complimentary offering on the journey, although other paid options are available, as I'll show you in a bit. We are soon up at close to today's maximum speed of 350 kilometers per hour and whizzing through the northern China landscapes. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a dreary day today, and the train window views aren't exactly exhilarating.
Man, China's so retarded today.
Okay, time to check out the seats here in premium first class. They look super stylish, finished in this cream leather, and have amazing legroom. They are super soft, come with a pillow, and have a great ergonomic shape. There's also a winged, padded headrest. Within the storage pocket on the seat in front of you are some slippers, a sick bag, and some magazines, which are all in Chinese only. Above this is a small drinks and electronic device shelf, then a larger expandable tray table comes out of the armrest. Another table is deployable from the wall, but this can only be used when the seats are in a bay of 4 working layout, as seen here. The seats are electronically adjustable within their own clamshell, so you don't intrude on the person behind's space. There is also a thigh support section. 2 power sockets, 1 USB-A and 1 USB-C ports are shared between 2 people. Just above these are an additional storage pocket, and then on the seat is an LED reading light. Coat hooks can be found on the back of the seat in front of you and also on the wall. Finally, the windows are equipped with full-length sunblinds.
Bruh.
This is an excellent product in my opinion. It fits in well between first and business classes and is reasonable value for money. These trains have onboard Wi-Fi, but you need a Chinese phone number to register for it. So to stay connected wherever I go, I always use an eSIM, especially in China because they route
More
traffic
fucking
through Hong
ads,
Kong
you're
so you
such
get
an
access to
asshole.
all your regular apps.
最近的是
I recommend Aerolo. You can
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you, dude. Stop it.
This is Jinan, capital of the Shandong province, home to 9.2 million people.
9.2.
This makes it more populous than London or New York, but you've probably never heard of it, right?
I heard of Nick, yeah.
We call at Jinanshi or West the main high-speed station in the city and one of 4 major stations here in total.
High-power electrical appliances.
There are big plans for future railway connections in Jinan, with 7 high-speed lines planned to converge here, making it one of eastern China's most prominent junction stations, with trains heading off in 8 different directions. Okay, let's go and check out some more of the train.
Let's do it.
Sinks are located in the vestibules of each coach. As are the toilets. There is both Western and squat style ones available. These were all impeccably clean, with the water working and both soap and toilet paper stocked up.
Okay, dude. That's
Great job.
squatting toilet. Disgusting.
A trolley service periodically roams the train, selling meals, snacks and additional drinks. I went for an orange juice and kung pao chicken with rice. The meal was actually really tasty and the juice was fresh and cold. The total price was 55 yuan. There are also hot water dispensers in the vestibules where you can make up pot noodles, etc. that you've brought with you. In addition, there is a cafe counter which sells a larger selection but similar things to that which you can buy from the trolley service, including some souvenirs and toys. Now let's take a look at the other classes. First class is in a 2+2 configuration. The large cloth recliners are wide and have great padding, tray tables, power sockets and also come with a welcome drink and small snack box. For overall value versus comfort, this would be my class of choice for most Chinese trains. Second class is in a very dense 2+3 layout. I find these seats very narrow, especially in the middle. They still have good legroom and recline, along with power sockets and a tray table. The small upgrade in price to first class gives endlessly more comfort, especially on longer journeys. Second class is also where you'll find the 2 wheelchair spaces with accompanying companion seats. An accessible toilet is located right next to this area. Business class on these trains is the older 2+1 layout with angle flat recliners. A complimentary full meal with snacks and drinks are provided. Here is the newest business class suites with a lie flat bed which is
They look way better than first class. What the fuck?
available on some Beijing Shanghai services, the ones without a premium first class option. To see my review of this, which is the best regular service train seat in the world, click the link above now.
Fuck. Way better than this seat. What's cool about this
If
seat?
you want ad-free
Oh my, you need to stop.
miles just fly by endlessly on this train, and if you're not looking out the window, you'd be hard pushed to even realise we were moving, let alone at 350 kilometers per hour. The ride quality is excellent, the best I've ever experienced on a train anywhere in the world. We are now approaching Nanjing. former capital of China under many previous dynasties from the 3rd century right up until
Look at
1949.
that tower in the back.
Capital of the Jiangsu province and home to nearly 10 million people, Nanjing's importance in education is undeniable, with a higher percentage of residents being students here than any other city in the world. There are well over 100 institutions of higher learning, including 31 universities and 97 academies in the local area.
Jesus Christ.
We call at Nanjing Nan, or South Station, the main high-speed hub of the city, which opened in 2011 to coincide with the opening of the Beijing-Shanghai high-speed line. It has 28 platforms serving over 650 mainline train arrivals and departures per day. It is also served by 4 of Nanjing's metro lines for onward travel connections. We are now on the home street.
Holy shit, dude. Imagine that's the city. Just like big blocks.
Great. So let me summarise this trip from Beijing to Shanghai
nothing cool, it's
on
just
board
like
this
big
Fuxing
buildings.
CR400
Look at that,
AF
like
in
like
premium first
10
class.
identical buildings.
Overall, I had a brilliant trip. It was
Look at that, it's just shelving, dude. It's not even, like, it's just like, let's cram as many people as humanly possible into these identical buildings.
fast, efficient and great fun. These trains are excellent, and this recently introduced 4th class on these flagship services is very good in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
The trains are immaculately clean and very comfortable. The onboard service is also impeccable with very friendly staff. There's a price point for everyone, you just need to decide the comfort level you'd like. For me, it would be first or premium first. The price versus service and comfort makes them both pretty good value. I wouldn't pick business class unless it was a service that came with the individual suites. I feel that the 2+1 business class on these specific trains just isn't as exclusive enough to warrant the high price difference. These trains are cheaper by between 20 and 50% versus flying in a premium cabin on the same route, and quicker when you consider airport waiting times. The only question that remains now is which class would you choose now you've seen all that's available? Leave me a comment below. There's the airport and station here.
This guy's such a faggot, dude. Yep, I've driven here many times. Many times. Many fucking times. Yeah, we used to... I can show you. Oh, fuck, I think we passed it. No, it's coming up. Yeah, fuck. On the left side, we used to have a cabin here. Oh, fuck, man. Where is it? I think we passed it. I don't remember. It's been a while. Yeah, we passed it. Yeah, here it is. Perfect. That house right there, that white one. We used to have as a cabin. There, that one. So we'll have this nice view of the. Longest train. Are you ready for a movie? A goddamn movie, dude.
We're now just north of Luohu Port on the Hong Kong-Shenzhen border. From the Shenzhen railway station here, we will travel to the provincial capital Guangzhou. There, we will take the legendary Z264 train all the way to Lhasa, the single longest distance journey on one ticket in the entire Chinese rail network. Join me on this epic 5,000-kilometer ride. Travel through incredible history and landscape, and watch this train literally take my breath away as it ascends to rarefied heights, closer to the heavens than any other train anywhere else in the world. To prepare for a trip like this, some shopping is in order. I'm gonna pick up some bottled water first.
Okay.
Drinking water is actually readily available on Chinese trains, but specifically, only boiling hot water come out of the free onboard taps. So I'll mix it with bottled water to bring down the heat.
Why not just what?
So specifically, only boiling hot water
retarded, bro.
readily available.
Just get one of these. Just get one of those. You're good to go. What the fuck? What, are you fucking mentally ill? Just get one of those. How hard is this?
On Chinese trains, but specifically,
get
only
this
boiling
one.
hot water come out of the free onboard taps. So I'll mix it with bottled water to bring down the heat.
She's gonna mix it.
Some bread is always good, I suppose. It's only about $1. Pretty good buy, isn't it? Ah, yes. These are what I came for. Because boiling water is free and ubiquitous on Chinese trains, cup noodle has basically become part of the rail culture. Let's pick up a few. Some fresh fruits and snacks are good too. It might be a good idea to get something with high sugar content. They say it helps with altitude sickness, but it's probably case by case. I think we're ready. Let's go.
Don't get nuts, dude.
Good morning from Guangzhou Railway Station. The history of rail transport in Guangzhou traces back to 1911 with the opening of the Kowloon Canton Railway. The actual site of the city's main train station has changed several times over the
This
years,
is a good video.
with the current one we're looking at now
This guy gives interesting facts. I'm sold. He deserves it.
built in 1974. As China's economic development picked up speed in the 1980s and 90s, Guangzhou Station became a massive hub for migrant workers.
Holy shit, look at the difference between 1980s and look at that chaos, dude. Holy shit.
1980s and 90s, Guangzhou Station became a massive hub for migrant workers from all over the country, with this square being the site of enormous crowds, particularly
Look at the difference. That's wild, dude. That is wild.
around Chinese New Year. Back then, this station had quite a dodgy reputation. Though in recent years, both infrastructure and management have dramatically improved, and the chaos of the past is no more. I actually quite like this station as it just looks unique with its classic layout and designs. Our Z264 train departs from waiting room 3. As you enter, you can see a large courtyard inspired by traditional gardens.
Oh yeah.
Around the courtyard, there's a panoramic mural featuring Old Guangzhou, at the time also known as Canton. At the waiting room, there are a few restaurants. If you didn't get a chance to buy food ahead of time like I did, there is also a convenience store here. The Z264 is scheduled to leave at 9:15, and boarding started about 30 minutes prior to the indicated departure time.
Damn, dude, boarding times and shit for trains.
We go through an underpass to get to platform 2, where the Z264 is already waiting for us.
Damn, dude, that's an old train.
This train consists of a variety of Type 25T carriages. The 25T is China Railway's latest series of conventional train carriages introduced into service in the 2000s, prior to the large-scale deployment of high-speed rail in the country. They're designed for commercial operation of up to 160 kilometers per hour and have a variety of features for better ride comfort and passenger convenience.
It looks so old though. Why did it look so old?
Initial batches of the 25T were produced by the Bombardier Sifang Power Transportation, a joint venture between China and Canada,
It looks so
though
old.
entirely domestic version was later built as well. Soft sleepers on this train has a couchette arrangement with 4 beds in each compartment.
Tell me this doesn't look old. I mean, come on, dude.
I am fortunate to get a lower berth in the soft sleeper carriage. This notoriously difficult to get ticket cost me 1,526 Chinese yuan.
Oh, jeez, Lord.
The lower berths have some padding so they will also be comfortable as seats.
Oh my god, dude, this is brutal.
Luggage can be stored under the lower bed or in the space above the compartment door.
That's dirty.
Each berth is equipped with an onboard display, though these do not work.
Of course they don't, dude. Oh man, this is gonna be a brutal fucking, oh my.
Under the table, there is a charging outlet, which the whole compartment has to share, though there are also a few outlets in the hallway. Bedding is plain, but they're clean and comfortable enough. And you could always bring some disposable sheets for extra peace of mind.
Fuck
There is
me,
also
dude.
a washing room in each carriage, which is very helpful as we'll be spending quite a bit of time on board. Since we've got a bit of extra time, let's go check out the locomotive.
Oh man.
Our train will be pulled out of Guangzhou Station by a Hexie D1D electrical locomotive. The 9,700 horsepower unit runs on 25 kilovolt 50 Hz AC power and is capable of 160 kilometers per hour in commercial service. This unit will not haul us all the way though, as there will be several locomotive changes later. Back on board, let's quickly check out the so-called hard sleeper carriage. It certainly feels more crowded, as there are 6 beds per compartment here.
Oh my god.
At 9:13,
Fuck
the
that
Z264 departed Guangzhou Station 2 minutes early to begin its
my
4,980 kilometer journey to the city of Lhasa, high up on the Tibetan Plateau. The train will first go north on the Beijing-Guangzhou main line to Zhengzhou, then go west on the Longhai Railway and Lanzhou-Qinghai Railway to Xining, then finally on the Qinghai-Tibet Railway up the highest plateau in the world all the way to Lhasa. Their journey is scheduled to take 53 hours and 39 minutes with 13 intermediate stops.
Oh my god.
This is the longest distance passenger rail service in China, and indeed the longest in the world that does not involve the Trans-Siberian Railway. The train is now rolling through central Guangzhou.
Oh my
In less
god,
than 10
dude,
minutes,
that's...
we pass through Guangzhou Baiyun Station.
I'll just get off here, dude. I'll just get off here.
This station was newly built and entered into service only in December 2023. The new station, along with the access line to the north, allow high-speed trains to more easily serve
53
Guangzhou city
hours.
center.
And something minutes, dude. Holy fucking Christ. That is brutal.
A bit further to the north, there is a large yard for freight trains. As the Z264 travels on conventional lines with mixed passenger and cargo use, this is going to be a common sight throughout the journey. We are now approaching Guangzhou Bay Station on the northern edge of the city.
And they're building.
Right before we pass through, we cross paths with the K237 going from Taiyuan to Shenzhen-dong.
Okay. Dawn.
Not long after, it began to rain outside.
Yeah. Go
This is from a typhoon that just passed through, which actually resulted in a cancellation of the Z264 service for the previous 2 days, with some of the affected passengers rescheduled onto today's train.
Fuck you.
Let's check out the train's interior a bit more.
Fuck you know, this is some old shit. disgusting. See, why wouldn't you just... Oh my god, disgusting. So old, it was just...
At 11:37, we pass through Shaoguandong Station. Across the platform from us is the K921 train from Xiangyang to Dongguandong. Beyond here, we enter the mountains between Guangdong and Hunan. Unlike the high-speed lines which tunnel straight under the terrain, here we snake along and see more of the local sceneries. It's lunchtime now. This is the first of many onboard meals, and to mark the occasion, you're coming with me to the dining car.
Let's go.
On this conventional train, the dining car serves freshly cooked meals from a proper kitchen. I ordered some fried vegetables and pork. The set also comes with soup and rice, which you could refill for free.
Oh, that looks delicious. What the fuck?
The vegetable was great. The pork, a bit salty.
Shut up.
I paid 75 yuan for the set, which is slightly pricey by local standard, but I suppose you're partially paying for the pleasant environment. The dining car has 24-hour service, which is broken into a number of meal and tea sessions. Patrons can stay as long as they want until the end of a session, at which point everyone has to leave. Some hard seat passengers therefore come during the evening tea session to get extra space for better sleep.
Man, fuck that shit, dude. Yeah, I do not want to be a hard seat fucker.
Right after we cross the Chen River, at 13:15 the train rolls into Chenzhou Station in southern Hunan province, our first stop on this journey. Chenzhou is probably one of the lesser-known cities along this route, but it is still sizable with about 4.5 million inhabitants and is known for a special geological feature called the Dan.
It's so funny that like 4.5 million is like just like, whatever to a Chinese person. Meanwhile, that's literally like the population of Norway.
Xia landform.
You know?
The fields of Hunan is an important breadbasket, or should I say rice bowl region of the country.
What?
This area is also the birthplace of Cai Lun, the inventor of paper from the Han Dynasty nearly 2,000 years ago.
Based.
Here we pass through some piles of coal waiting to be moved. In 2024, China used 4.8 billion tons of coal, amounting to 57% of worldwide consumption.
Yeah, that's a lot of coal, dude.
We are passing through Hengyang Station now. Hengyang has a population of more than 6 million and is known as the home of Hengshan, the southern one of the 5 mountains from Chinese traditions.
Sick. This video is excellent.
The onboard staff is coming around to announce that we are approaching Changsha Station. Here the train runs along the Xiang River, a major tributary of the Yang.
Dude, love the channel. Great content. Ten out of 10. This video is great. How does he only have 6 point something, dude?
Yangtze. At 16:37, we roll into platform 8 at Changsha Station.
Nice.
Changsha is the capital of Hunan province with a population of over 10 million.
Look at that
It is
shit.
known for industrial manufacturing and is home to a number of large companies, including Sanyi Group, which produces heavy machinery seen at construction sites around the world. Liuyang, a city within Greater Changsha, is known as the fireworks capital of the world. The single city produces more than half of the global supply of fireworks.
God damn. What the fuck?
We are running ahead of schedule and the train will stop here for about 25 minutes. So I walked around on the platform a bit. If you're feeling hungry, there is a food cart selling meal boxes for about 20 yuan each. The train rolling in across from us is the Z326 from Kunming to Changchun. It's another ultra-long service that cuts diagonally across the country, covering 4,215 kilometers in 49 hours and 52
It
minutes.
looks miserable.
We depart Changsha Station at 17:05 and continue north, next to many hills and farms.
There's a power plant over there. They're just building.
We are
Man,
passing
they build like
Yueyang
crazy
Station
over
now.
in China.
The city of Yueyang is located at the confluence of the Yangtze and Dongting Lake, a large and shallow lake whose sceneries are popular subjects in traditional Chinese art.
No, nice.
The lake is also known as the place of origin of dragon boat racing.
Damn, this guy knows everything. He really does his work, huh?
At 1843, we pass through Linxiang Station. The station itself is otherwise ordinary, though there is a conspicuous Christian church right next to it.
Yeah, what the fuck?
We largely track the south shore of the Yangtze here, and at 1911, we passed Chibi Station. Fans of Chinese history will instantly recognize the name as the site of a pivotal battle from the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, where in 208 CE, the alliance between Sun Quan and Liu Bei defeated the much larger northern forces under Cao Cao. The actual battle occurred on the Yangtze River, some 40 kilometers northwest of the train station.
I've heard of the Yangtze River.
Not long after sunset, we roll into Platform 1 of Wuchang Station at 2012. The station is located in Wuhan city center just south of the Yangtze River.
That's where COVID started.
This is a major stop on our route as the train will stop for about 30 minutes, during which there will be a locomotive change.
Nice. Grab a steak.
Many passengers get off to stretch out. The Hexie D1D locomotive from Guangzhou Bureau that has been hauling us so far will get swapped out by a Hexie D3D unit from Lanzhou Bureau.
Why? Why?
They look similar, but Hexie D3D's power output is even higher at over 10,000 horsepower. After our new locomotive is attached, the K1074 from Changsha to Jinan on the next track pulled out. It is hauled by a Shaoshan 9 electrical locomotive and uses the common 25G carriages.
Oh, of course, the common 25G carriage.
By the way, the yellow line of the 25G carriages have little brakes and tapering at the ends, while the line on the 25T is just one solid yellow stripe. That's one way to tell them apart at a glance. At 2045, our train begins to pull out of Wuchang Station.
This shit is sick, man. I really
Right
enjoy this
afterwards, we pass under the yellow crane tower and get onto the Wuhan Yangtze River Bridge. Completed in 1957, it is the first permanent bridge over the Yangtze and a critical infrastructure that linked the railway from Guangzhou all the way to Beijing. As the bridge was constructed with assistance from a delegation of Soviet engineers led by Konstantin Sergeyevich Silin, it was also a symbol of Sino-Soviet friendship. Tonight, The brightly lit city center of Wuhan bids us farewell across the waters on this longest river of China.
That's why I knew of it. Dude, holy shit, dude. This looks like fucking, what's it called?
The train continues north through the
Cyberpunk.
night. At 22:53, we pass Xinyang Station. This means we have entered southern Henan province.
Let's go.
Henan is known as the land of the Central Plain. If we were traveling during the day here, we would see extremely flat farmlands extend along the tracks as far as the eyes can see. Ancient agrarian tribes on these fertile lands from thousands of years ago formed the original core that eventually grew into the Chinese civilization today. Past midnight at 1:19, the train stopped at Zhengzhou Station in the capital of Henan province.
Does he not sleep?
I was trying to sleep, but the bright lights woke me up. This is also where the train's official designation switches from Z264 to Z265, although there is no practical change for the passengers. Good morning as the sun rises on day 2 of our journey. We are entering an area known as the Loess Plateau, with loess being a silt-like sediment formed by the accumulation of wind-blown dust. The thick loess here was ideal for early agriculture, but it is also susceptible to erosion. Over time, natural forces and human activities
Erosion, huh?
combine to form
Come on,
some
make myself
striking
some fucking
sceneries.
Sandwiches. Oh no, some sausages.
We are now running just south of the Yellow River, where the water cuts a narrow valley through the mountains that separate the Central Plain from the Guanzhong Plain further west. Mountain passes such as Hanguguan and Tongguan in this valley were crucial in the defense of Chang'an, or modern-day Xi'an, where a number of ancient Chinese dynasties built their capitals. The land here is the site of many historical events and battles, from Lao Tzu writing the Tao Te Ching in the 6th century BCE, to the Battle of Tongguan in 211 CE, where Cao Cao defeated an alliance led by Ma Chao, to the Battle of Tongguan in 756 CE during the Anlushan Rebellion, which led to the fall of Chang'an and the dramatic decline of the Tang Dynasty. About an hour and a half after passing Tongguan, at 7:39, the train stopped at Xi'an Station. Also known as Chang'an in ancient times, the city was the capital of the Han and Tang dynasties, and today a metropolis of about 13 million people with a rich historical legacy. The station is in fact located directly south of the ruins of the Tang Dynasty Imperial Palace. Xi'an is also known for its cuisine, which combines Muslim and Han Chinese flavors. At the station, we run into the T231 from Beijing-Xi to Xi'an. We departed Xi'an Station at 7:52. The train crosses the Wei River a few minutes later, then passes through Xianyang Station at 8:08. The Wei is the largest tributary of the Yellow River and the lifeblood of the Guanzhong Plain.
God damn it.
The mound you now see in the distance is Maoling, the tomb of Emperor Wu of Han Dynasty, one of the most impactful emperors in Chinese history who reigned between 141 to 87 BCE and, among other things, dispatched emissaries and armies to open up the Silk Road. At 8:28, we passed through Maweipo Station. This is where, after being defeated at Tongguan and losing the capital Chang'an during the Anlushan Rebellion in 756, the Tang court temporarily retreated. Here, the Imperial Guard mutinied and forced Emperor Xuanzong of Tang to execute his favorite consort, Yang Yuhuan. This tragic event has been the subject of countless poems, dramas, and paintings ever since. At 8:56, we passed through Caijiapo Station. The town is otherwise unremarkable, but just 10 kilometers north of the station is Qishan, a mountain at which the Zhou dynasty was originally based. The Zhou dynasty existed for nearly 800 years between 11th and 3rd centuries BCE, the longest span of any Chinese dynasties. The Japanese prefecture of Gifu is named after Chishan by Oda Nobunaga, as the 16th century warlord aspired to build a legacy like that of the Zhou dynasty. Just a few kilometers south of the station is Wuzhangyuan, the place where Zhuge Liang, the greatest strategist during the Three Kingdoms period, led his fifth and final northern expedition to attempt to unify China. In the stalemate, Zhuge Liang fell ill and died here, ending the campaign and the last hopes of a Han Dynasty restoration. The mountain range in the distance is Qinling, with the highest peaks above 3,000 meters. Qinling is the watershed between the Yellow River to the north and the Yangtze River to the south. At 9:26, we stop at Baoji Station at the western end of Guanzhong Plain. Here we enter the station together with a train that would run the K1132 service from Baoji to Yantai.
That doesn't say anything.
The train that departed just before us is the 6063 train to Guangyuan. This is a public service slow train connecting many mountain villages in Qinling. It covers 350 kilometers in 9 hours and 30 minutes, and fare for the full journey is only 39.5 yuan.
That's cheap.
There's a documentary by CGTN on the 6063 train.
Oh, I don't know. Hell yeah, dude. Shoutouts to him.
The railway splits in two beyond here, with an older line that winds through the mountains and valleys, and a newer line that we use which cuts through the landscape with more bridges and tunnels.
Dude, this place is sick. Look at that. The camping spot, whatever. That's sick. Look at that bridge. Dude, this is sick. Nature's cool to look at, not fun to be in. You know what I'm saying?
We have passed through the mountains and into the clearing in Gansu province. The train is now passing through Tianshui Station at 11 o'clock. Opened in 1948, Tianshui Station is incidentally the last train station to be built by the Republic of China administration on the Chinese mainland, though of course the station has also received a number of renovations since. It's lunchtime again.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Remember those cup noodles that we picked up? Let's cook one up right now.
Okay, boss.
We can still cook cup noodles more or less normally now, but once we get into higher altitude, the lower atmospheric pressure would lower the boiling point of water, causing even cup noodles to undercook.
Oh, he has the tack, dude. Dude, this guy has the tack. I never decided to stab it. That's a good idea. Is he alone in there? Or what? Nah.
那你那个回来之后看能不能，你看很快的。
We're now nearing Lanzhou Station, the western end of the Longhai Railway.
Oh, what?
Lanzhou is the capital of Gansu province with a population of 4.4 million, famous for its noodles, among other things.
He's halfway there.
We will stop here for a while, so let's get off to have a look.
I'll get some.
On the
noodles.
platform, there's a much appreciated store selling cup noodles and other snacks and drinks.
Prices thereafter, huh?
Lanzhou is the major rail transportation hub in western China. And here we cross paths with a bunch of trains to different directions, many of which connect with Urumqi, the capital of Xinjiang in China's far northwest. Our train departed at 1532 on the Lanzhou-Qinghai Railway, which runs 188 kilometers to the city of Xining, the capital of Qinghai province. Check out this bag of shrimp crackers.
Nice.
I got it back in Shenzhen near sea level, and here it is already a bit puffy. We'll check in on it a little later. After running south of it for so long, we finally crossed the Yellow River at 1621 at its confluence with Huangshui River. You can see the boundary where the waters with different sediment content come together. Here we also run quite close to the high-speed line between Lanzhou and Xinjiang for a while. Even in the narrow river valley here, farms still occupy most of the flat land.
Yeah, what do you do out here, dude, for your life? You just fucking farm, that's it, right? That's just what you do, you just farm out here. Fuck. Man, these are poor ass people, dude. Huh? This is, man. Look at that, dude. That's where they live and stuff, man. Look at that. Fuck.
Shortly after 1740, we started to approach Xining.
And then you look at these grandiose fucking buildings, dude. Jesus Christ.
The train stopped at Xining Station at 1757.
Oh shit, you're getting close, dude. Holy crap.
If you're wondering what's the train across the platform from us, well, it is also the Z265, the exact same train we're on right now. We do a train change here at Xining Station, where all passengers grab their luggage and walk across the platform to board another train with the exact same seat and bed assignment.
Oh my god, why? Why? Why?
This new train is no ordinary piece of hardware.
Yeah, but what?
Because of the extreme altitude and harsh climate on the Tibetan Plateau, a special type of 25T carriages was developed for the exclusive use on the Qinghai-Tibet Railway.
What the fuck? Okay, oh, that's crazy.
The train has special tinted windows to protect the interior from the intense UV rays at altitude. It also employs more robust electrical and insulation mechanisms to prevent dielectric breakdown. The train's interior is similar to the generic version, but uses Tibetan cultural motifs and color palette in its design.
Nice.
Its most well-known feature, though, has got to be the onboard oxygen supply.
What the fuck?
In order to mitigate the effects of altitude sickness, the special 25T has diffuse oxygen supply throughout the cabin, as well as individual oxygen outlets for each passenger.
Won everything with their horses. Fucking ultra.
As the section between Xining and Geramu is electrified, we will be pulled by a Hexie D1D locomotive for the time being. This train set seems to have carriages by both BSP, the Sino-Canadian joint venture, and CNR, the domestic supplier. One way to tell the difference is to look at the washing stations. At 1819, our train slowly rolled out of Xining Station to begin its dramatic journey up the Qinghai-Tibet Railway, also popularly called the Railway to Heaven. The Qinghai-Tibet Railway, abbreviated as Qingzhang Railway, is 1,971 kilometers long between Xining and Lhasa. It was built in 2 phases, with the 830-kilometer Phase 1 between Xining and Gurmu opening in 1984. However, due to the extraordinary engineering difficulties, work on the Gurmu to Lhasa Phase 2 was suspended multiple times and did not complete until 2006.
Okay.
Out the window, the scenery gradually changes from farmland to open grasslands.
上很多小摊，就是卖
Man, my social battery would be fried, dude. If I had to like stay this long with just strangers around me, I'd probably go insane. Because I'm not good, not a good conversationist. Where's my fucking mustard? Where? Yes, no mustard for me. Guess I gotta do without mustard. That's terrible. No mustard.
About 1 hour after departing from Xining, a large expanse of water comes into view. This is Qinghai Lake, the namesake of Qinghai Province and the largest inland body of water in China.
Cool.
There is an island called Haixingshan in the center of the lake, which is faintly visible from the train some 40 kilometers away.
Man. There is just nothing out here.
Much of the land around the lake seems to be open pasture for nearby herders.
整个我的朋友圈跟以及你的朋友圈都在关注你的拉萨之旅。
The sun is setting not long after we passed Qinghai Lake.
Yeah, I need mustard.
At 2036, we passed Tianjin Station at an elevation of 3,985 meters.
Crazy.
Soon after, we enter into the Guanzhou Tunnel, which at 32.7 kilometers is the 4th longest railway tunnel in all of China.
Man, what do you do? If you
At
live out here?
2210, we stop at Delingha Station for a few minutes. Not far from the station is the CGN solar thermal plant, which has a giant molten salt tower in the center. It will look quite impressive during the day. At 33 minutes past midnight, our train stopped at Guramu Station at 2,828 meters of elevation.
旅客们，天路德登巴士是由广州开往拉萨方向的直265次列车已经到站了，请您走在安全白线
As
内。
Phase 2 of the Qinghai-Tibet Railway beyond Guramu is not electrified, we will be here for about 30 minutes for the final locomotive change. The engines coming in right now are 2 NJ2 diesel locomotives coupled with an electrical generator car. The NJ2 locomotives are built by General Electric in its Erie, Pennsylvania factory in the United States.
Oh yeah, that looks so weird.
China
What the
Railway
fuck?
ordered
This is
78
those
units in
stairs.
total, which were all delivered between 2006 and early 2007. They have turbocharged engines specifically customized for high-altitude operations on the Qinghai-Tibet Railway, as regular engines would struggle in the rarefied air. Each NJ2 locomotive outputs
Turbos,
4,500
dude. What was that?
horsepower at standard atmospheric
locomotive
pressure
has a fucking
and
turbo.
3,620 horsepower even at 5,000 meters of altitude. After we depart Garamu Station, the train will ascend to 4,000 meters in about 2 hours, then remain about 4,000 meters for 11 hours on the highest plateau in the world.
That's crazy. Holy shit. Just like 4,000.
Good morning. It is just before 6:30 and we're at around 4,500 meters in elevation.
Crazy. I need mustard.
Overnight, we traversed the desolate Kokosili and Kunlun Mountains, where Fenghuoshan Tunnel, the world's highest railway tunnel, is located at 4,905 meters above sea level. The alien landscape we're on now is Totohe, or Toto River. These meandering streams are the main source of the Yangtze River, carrying glacial waters that would eventually flow over 6,000 kilometers into the East China Sea. The large rock formations placed on the side of the railway are intended to stop sand from encroaching onto the tracks.
No.
Nearly 1,000 kilometers of the railway is built at altitudes above 4,000
This is probably going to end up as a desert at one point.
meters, where the thin air can lead to hypoxia, and storms often rage in extreme temperatures. During construction, numerous oxygen enrichment camps and medical facilities were built along the railway sites. Workers also had to follow strict health protocols. The biggest challenge of them all, though,
Yeah, that's the thing. You just take it for granted that there's a fucking railway up here. But someone had to build this shit.
is the hundreds of kilometers of frozen soil, some of which are perennial permafrost, while others are seasonal and can turn solid ground into
Yeah,
a swamp
it's
in
not a good
days
place
or
to live.
even hours. China Railways Northwest Research Institute conducted observations and studies for decades prior to the start of construction to fully understand the unique nature of the plateau's frozen soil. On the actual railway, some challenging sections are built on bridges with piles that drive deep into the ground. Special heat pipes and radiators are also installed along the route to cool the ground to ensure that the foundation stays solid year-round. This is also an area with unique and fragile ecology, where foxes, wolves, and Tibetan antelopes live and roam.
Tibetan antelopes, huh?
To protect the environment, all wastewaters are collected in onboard reservoirs and only discharged when the trains return to Garamu. We are now passing Yanshiping at an elevation of 4,750 meters. At this
Why is there water and a river that high up 4,000 meters?
altitude, this town of about 1,000 residents counts as a major city in the area.
Crazy. Who wants to live here? What madman wants to settle here?
After Yanshiping, the railway begins its ascent to the highest point in the entire journey, the Tanggula Mountains. The mountain range runs east to west for about 700 kilometers and is the boundary between Qinghai Province and Xizang Autonomous Region, also commonly known as Tibet. The highest peak in the Tanggula Mountains is the 6,621 meter tall Geladandong, whose glacial water flows into Toto River and is traditionally considered the source of the Yangtze River. The terrain here looks almost gentle with rolling hills, but my body is beginning to feel the effects of the low atmospheric pressure, which is only about half of that of sea level. Headache is creeping in and my fingers holding the camera are starting to feel numb. But incredibly, herds of yaks still roam these lands.
Yeah, yaks on pussies. I'm just kidding.
At 8:27, the Z265 train reached Tanggula Mountain Pass, the highest railway tracks on planet Earth, at 5,072 meters above sea level.
That is fucking wild.
A stone tablet at this very spot
it's fucking
commemorates the monumental effort
fucking
and
and
sacrifice
it's
that
fucking
made this
flat here,
incredible
dude. That's the
railway
weird part.
possible. For context, Mont Blanc, the highest peak in the European Alps, is 4,809 meters. and Mount Whitney, the highest peak in the contiguous United States, is 4,421 meters.
Yeah, and we're on a train higher.
The very tracks we're traveling on right now are significantly higher than either of these great mountains.
Ah.
About 1 kilometer after the stone tablet, we passed the Tanggula railway station. At 5,068 meters above sea level, this highest train station in the world has a distinct design inspired by the endless mountains that surround it.
唐古拉山到了啊，然后呢，在列车行驶的左侧，现在拍，在这儿人字行车站就是这个啊。
啊。
3月海拔最高点。我们现在行驶的这个。
It's impressive, dude.
那个青藏铁路，它还有一个响彻世界的名字，叫做天。
Here, excitement and the vast nothingness come together under the influence of hypoxia, blending into an indescribable feeling. Have you forgotten the bag of shrimp crackers? I was worried that it would pop, but the bag held together. Good job. We are descending a bit now, but many passengers are asking for personal oxygen tubes. This is what it looks like. One end plugs into the oxygen supply, then you loop the other end around your ears and stick the two outlets into your nostrils. Out on the right side of the train is the Tsagya Tsangpo. At 480 kilometers, it is the longest endorheic river in Tibet.
It's wild, dude. It looks like Norway. It's so crazy.
At 9:39, the train stopped at Ando station after running continuously for more than 8.5 hours. The county is home to around 40,000 people whose main economic activity is herding and husbandry.
Herding and husbandry? What? So it's just what?
Indeed, the slopes after Ando station seem much greener, perhaps also because the weather cleared up a bit.
Well, you at least have a lot of space for
At 11:01, our train stopped at Nakchu station. Meaning Black River in Tibetan, the town of Nakchu is the center of Nakchu municipality, whose administrative area covers 430,000 square kilometers. This is about 1/3 of the entire Tibetan Autonomous Region and larger than the territory of Germany.
Damn, dude. China's so retarded.
Nakchu is also famous for its horse festival, which every summer attracts thousands from near and far to participate in horse racing and archery events.
Dude, sick. Base Tibet. Holy shit, that's a living, huh? Living out here. What the fuck, dude?
The time is a bit past 13:30. We are around 1 hour north of Lhasa near the Nyenching Tanggula Mountains. Meaning second only to the Tanggula, this mountain range is of major religious importance in Tibet. Out of view on the other side of Nyenching Tanggula is Namtso, the Lake of the Sky. With a surface area of 1,920 square kilometers, it is one of the largest high-altitude lakes in the world. One local legend has it that the spirit of Nyenching Tanggula fell in love with the goddess of Namtso. However, their union was not approved by the gods,
Fuck, there used to be a
so they
river
were
there.
commanded to become the mountain and the lake, remaining near yet apart from each other for eternity.
It's a cool story.
After passing the Nyenching Tanggula, the train picks up speed going into the valley near Lhasa. Proper farmland started to appear again out of the window for the first time after more than 1,000 kilometers. My headache has also mostly abated by this point. As we get close to Lhasa, tall apartment buildings and factories begin to appear. This is probably the only place in all of Tibet where you can see this kind of urban sprawl.
Man, Tibet is crazy, huh?
At 1441, we cross the rail bridge over Lhasa River. On the other side is where you can get a brief glimpse at the Potala Palace in the distance.
Damn, look at that thing. That's sick.
At 1446, we finally arrive into platform 4 of Lhasa Station 7 minutes ahead of schedule, having covered the epic 4,980-kilometer journey in 53 hours 34 minutes of actual time.
God damn, dude.
Aside from the surrounding mountains, the platforms look not so different from any other Chinese train station. Walking, especially with luggage, does feel more tiring though, as Lhasa Station sits at 3,641 meters of elevation, with only about 2/3 of standard atmospheric pressure.
Man, why are Japanese women so cute? What the fuck?
Atmospheric pressure.
She's fucking adorable, dude. Holy fuck.
Let us take a proper look at the NJ2 locomotives, the workhorse that pulled us up the highest railway in the world. A big thanks to all the conductors, engineers, crew, and maintenance staff that made this wonderful trip possible.
That is crazy, dude. What the fuck?
We exit via the underground passage below the tracks into a lobby, where a giant mural depicts the multitude of great mountains on this land. After a final ticket check, we're out of the station. Turn around and you can get a look at the glistening Lhasa station building under the Highland sun. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this grand journey to the roof.
Hell yeah, I enjoyed it, dude. What else do you got for me? He's from the United States? No way he's not from the United States. Get out of here. I think I'm gonna skedoodle. I think that's it for me.